Chris from Music 49. Today I'd like to share with you a couple of things that I like to use for some left-hand finger independence exercises. The left-hand independence is a really important thing for you to be able to develop if you're going to play sophisticated classical guitar music, but it's also really helpful for playing lead guitar licks, playing rhythm guitar parts. So there's lots of other uses for it as well, and increases the facility that you'll have on the instrument. So the first one that I like to do, I like to go up to about the 5th fret when I'm working on a lot of these independence exercises, go through 5th position, so 5, 6, 7, 8th frets. And what I like to do is start off with the 1st and 2nd fingers playing on the middle 2 strings, and just alternate those two back and forth. Something like that. And then move that up to the next 2 fingers. So now I'm using fingers 2 and 3, and now I'm up on the 6th and 7th frets. And then I like to move up and do the same thing with these 2 fingers. So you get a little bit of practice here with 3 and 4, and this one you really have to be careful with. Those 2 fingers are always going to be the weaker of the 4 fingers, and you have to be careful not to strain those. So that goes for all of these exercises. Okay, so once I've mastered that one, once I've worked through that a little bit, the next one that I like to do is an exercise where I keep 3 fingers stationary on the 3rd string. Again, we're in 5th position, and then I'll just move 1 finger across the neck. So here I'm going from the 2nd string to the 5th string, and keeping the other 3 fingers still on the same 3rd string. And then once I feel comfortable with that, I'll expand that out to the 1st and 6th strings. And then move that up, go through each finger by itself. Doing these exercises slowly, trying to be very careful and accurate. Do that all the way through every single finger here in the left hand. So you get the picture on that one. The next level of that one is to do 2 fingers opposite directions simultaneous with 2 still fingers. So for example, we'll start off with finger 3 and finger 4 still on the 3rd string here on the 7th and 8th frets. And then I'll begin with my index finger on the 5th string and my 2nd finger on the 2nd string. And I will try to move them alternate from each other. Opposite directions. The most important thing with this is that you are considering the motion between the 2 fingers at the same time. Not letting 1 finger move and then moving the other one, but making them land simultaneous on the guitar neck at the same time, and accurately too. So it's not a race for these exercises. These are really about being precise. So you can do this here. And then if you want, you can also increase a little bit more of the stretch here. And that can be a challenge for sure, and I think it gets to be a lot more difficult when using these 2 fingers. One of the things I recommend when using these 2 fingers, fingers 3 and 4, is to not try to do this particular stretch because it's really awkward. So a lot of times younger students will prefer to go closer together and maybe get it out to the 1st and 5th string, which seems a little bit doable. Again, you don't have to accomplish all this at one time, so you could work on several of these exercises and just work your way through them until you feel comfortable with them, and then go to the next level of those. There's one other one that I like to practice as well, and I think of it as like the spider chord that a lot of metal guys use. And this one, I'll start off with like that power chord shape here in the 5th position, and then I'll play the next chord up, but with fingers 2 and 4 instead of 1 and 3. And then from here, I'll switch it over to a minor 3rd, where I've got my ring finger playing on the 7th fret 6th string, and my index finger is now going to be on the 5th fret on the 5th string. And then I'll do the same kind of pattern here. So I'll go 2, 1 and 3, 2 and 4, and then kind of switch their roles as far as what string they're playing on. And you get something that sounds like that. And that can really help you increase the ability that you'll have to be able to play little passages that involve 2 fingers going back and forth like that, which is definitely a trick and takes a little bit of practice and coordination. So a couple of final thoughts with finger independence exercises. These should always be practiced very carefully and slowly with an aim for precision and accuracy. Speed is not the most important thing for these, but it will increase your speed in the long run, and you will find that if you spend time with these exercises that you can increase your speed. So thanks for watching. I'm Chris from Music 49, and thanks for checking us out.